awful. The only thing is, it'll dry. It won't leave a stain, but it does. It leaves a dark mark. I gotta get on an airplane, and this slob of an actor gets on the airplane. Who's that guy? Shatner. The young lady in the line. What would we say? What color is that?
Mustard yellow?
Mustard yellow.
Or official engineering color?
Attractive dress on attractive lady has a question.
My question for you, Bill, is what is your favorite prank that you've ever played on someone?
What's my favorite what?
Prank.
Prank. A prank. Well, DeForest Kelley. Was getting old. Well, he was. We were all getting old, but he was getting older faster because he was older. So we shot late at night one night, late, and as the hours went on, you know how if you go to a late night party, how you sort of can get intimate more, you know. So what do you do, and how are you? And the later it is, the more intimate the conversation gets. So that's what happens with actors shooting at night. You have nothing to do while they're setting up the shot. How are the kids? What's happening? How do you feel about them? And I said, how you feeling, D? And he says, you know, I'm well. He said, but I'm worried about my memory. Just, I seem to forget things easily. I must be getting old. So the next day, while we were shooting, now during the day, let me preface this by saying I used to hunt with a bow and arrow. I stalked. Now you're wondering, what's this got to do with DeForest Kelley? So as a hunter, you can observe things. Where is it walking? Where does it go? What's it do? What are its habits? How do you get close enough to launch your arrow? This is years ago. I don't hunt anymore, but when I did with a bow and arrow, you had to have the eye of a hunter. So I was observing DeForest Kelley, okay? How he would eat in the morning. He'd come in the morning, and there was food on the set called a service table. At the service table, DeForest would go to the bagels. Does Tulsa know about bagels? Yeah. Tulsa knows about bagels, right? Yeah. So he'd get a bagel, and he'd slice it in half, and he'd put it in the toaster. Press down the toaster. And he'd wait there. And you could see how he was anticipating his bagel. And the bagel, here comes to the bagel. Bagel pops up, he picks up the bagel, puts a little cream cheese in, eats it, and he smacks on it. Every morning. So this morning, after he told me that story, he comes in, and he slices the bagel, and he puts it in. And I see Leonard Nimoy, and I said, Leonard, distract D. So Leonard says, DeForest, would you take a look? I think I've got something in my eye over. So DeForest leaves the toaster. I get the bagel out of the toaster, and I go over here. And then DeForest comes back, and then the toaster pops up, and there's no bagel. Shit. I know I put a bagel in here. Son of a gun. Slices the bagel, puts it back. I said, Leonard, distract D. DeForest, let me take a look at your makeup. It looks a little splotchy. Come under the light here. I press the toaster, pops up. and now I don't have any place to put it. So I'll shove it in my mouth. And DeForest comes back to the toaster, a little agitated now, and he's waiting, and then it pops up, there's no bagel. And he looks around, and he sees me. He says, Shatner, where's my bagel? And I don't have your bagel. He said, what are you doing? I said, call up the doctor, I'm choking. He didn't speak to me for a couple of weeks after that. Okay? You only do that to friends who'll understand and forgive you. That lady in a charming black. It is black, isn't it? Yes. Why are you way back there?
I didn't set it up.
Who set up the microphone at the end of the room? Why would they do that? What mentality goes way? Why wouldn't you set it up here so we can all take a look at you instead of? I can hardly see you.
I'm on the screens.
You're on. I can't see the screen. You see how we can have so much fun, just as long as we get acquainted. We begin to understand each other. Shatner's a fool and he spills water on you. So what's the matter? Okay.
First of all, it's an honor.
It's an honor?
To meet you.
Oh, I thought for me to meet you. No.
Not tonight. But I was wondering, given that you've done so much and you have so many fans, what is the weirdest thing a fan's done or said to you in the time that you've been an actor?
A lot of weird stuff. I don't know if they're old enough to hear. You know, I don't know from fans. I mean, I'm so honored, truly, and in awe of the fact that you're all sitting here listening to me be foolish or try not to be foolish. I feel blessed that any individual thinks I have something to offer. I really am humbled by it. So, having said that, sometimes people go a little overboard. So I was in a hotel doing a performance of some kind, and I had unpacked, and then I went down to it was a theater inside the hotel, and I went down to the theater, did my job, and came back up to my room and found my underwear missing. I didn't have any underwear. And knowing how I spilled water on myself, you can understand I might need my underwear. So a few minutes after I'd been on the roof, the phone rang, and it was somebody, a lady, had a youthful tone to the voice. I thought a young lady said, "I've got your underwear." I said, "I need my underwear." She said, "Well, I want you to sign something." So you can't blackmail me for an autograph. I want my underwear. She said, "No, you're not going to get your underwear unless you..." I said, "Well, all right. Come to the room door." So there's a knock on the door. Look, a very attractive lady's got my underwear. Can my underwear? She said, "No." She opens up her dress for her left breast, and I had to sign that. And then she gave me my underwear. Is that weird?
What a boob.
The vision in blue.
I wasted a lot of time not liking the character of Jim Kirk.
because of the pop culture portrayal of him as a sort of sexist womanizer.
Okay, hold on. Realize that I'm older than you, and my hearing isn't as cute, or as cute as you are. So come closer to the microphone and speak a little louder, and you'll help an old man get through the evening.
I just wanted to know how you feel about the popular, what I think is a mischaracterization of Jim Kirk as a sexist womanizer.
A mixed character. Explain that question a little bit more. As a what?
I just had to say it.
Sexist.
A sexist. Oh, he's a sexist. The mixed.
Womanizer.
Mischaracterization.
The mixed characterization of the sexist Jim Kirk.
Womanizer.
The womanizer.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a womanizer?
Someone who objectifies.
Wait a minute, she's asking the question. She's been standing in line. You're sitting in the comfort laughing at me. What is a womanizer?
Is seen around.
We're right close to the microphone.
Well, Kirk was seen with about a different woman every other episode.
Well, it's a week between each episode. This whole idea, I just read an article on how monogamy is a failure. That's what the article said. Monogamy is not a natural state for men. For women, maybe not, but they're also more nurturing, aren't they? Am I old-fashioned here, or am I in Tulsa? Isn't a woman more nurturing than a man, that just by the whole construction of the body and everything and the nature? Wouldn't you say that the man hits the dinosaur on the head and the woman is in the cave? I mean, isn't that work out? And I know in modern day, the glass ceiling, and I have 3 daughters, and they were all well educated, and I'm all for women's rights and everything, but I think there's an element of motherhood and fatherhood, isn't there? Yeah. I'm waiting for you to respond to that. Okay. I think there's a little bit of a difference, and that it's up to the man to control that instinct to spread his seed to being with one person. I think so. But if you're single and you want to move around and see what other people are like, why is that a womanizer? Why can't you go out with 17 girls at the same time? If you haven't said, I love you and I'd like to be with you only, and don't see anybody else, if you're going around looking at what
Kirk did say that a couple times, though.
Say that again?
Kirk did say that a few times.
Many times. Every week, actually.
Yeah. So you're just proving my point, basically.
That's your point? But my point is why he never had an arrangement whereby he was aligned with somebody. He was just an attractive person came by, and it was an opportunity, so to speak. What do you think about that? What's your name?
Haley.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Too bad. So, Haley, do you understand that if there's no commitment, why is there a commitment?
That's an odd question.
I want you to think about that, Haley, for at least another year. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Shatner.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I saw you at the worst Super Bowl ever.
At the worst Super Bowl
Yeah, it was
ever.
Super Bowl 33. It was Broncos, Falcons.
Oh, God,
it was
so-
awful. It was
I'm a
20 minutes
Broncos.
a game, and then
I'm a Peyton Manning fan. Hey, listen, don't tell anybody. Don't say anything. I'm going to give you a little piece of news that nobody knows, okay? I had dinner last night with Barry Switzer. Now, Haley doesn't think much of me at this point. But Barry Switzer gives me credit, right? I get creds in Tulsa with Barry Switzer. And we talked a lot about football and what Peyton Manning is doing in the with the Broncos. So I'm a Bronco fan because Peyton Manning is an older guy, and I'm with him. What's your point?
well, actually, my question was, in the beginning you didn't.
In the beginning, I know nothing.
Well, sorry.
I've only been around since the beginning.
Let me shorten the time frame.
Okay.
After the Star Trek had ended and cons
It's
became
over?
a popular, the original series had ended and the popularity of the cons came up, you didn't do a lot of the cons, and then just
No.
one time there just seemed to be, you just did this 180-degree turn, and now you seem to do them all. Not a lot.
180 turn.
Well, before
183 puts you a
now-
little off course.
Well, essentially what I'm trying to find out is what was the big change? Because there was
Shamed?
change.
Oh, change.
Change.
Well, interesting question. So in the beginning, when the first the first Star Trek convention, long time ago, somebody said there's this big convention in the hotel with Star Trek, and they would like you to come. And I'm not going to go to group of people for a show that's been canceled for all the why would I I'm on to other things. And they said, okay. Then the next time it happened, there were 15,000 people in an auditorium. I said, 15,000 people? I better go to that. So I step out on stage, and there's 15,000 people with looking like, okay, say something wise. I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say. Out of that, I don't know what to say. And speaking in front of a large group of people and not knowing what was going to come out of my mouth. I mean, imagine making a Freudian slip among people who really like you. And they go, oh, I didn't know he felt that way. I've got to leave now. I'm no longer a fan. The challenge of trying to entertain a large number of people with no prepared material is extreme. So over the years, having the confidence that I'm able to talk to you and enjoy it together, out of that has come this one-man show that I did on Broadway and then toured in many cities. I think I came to Tulsa, did I not? No, I didn't. Or I did, and you didn't see it. But I did a one-man show on Broadway and toured it all over the States. I'm doing another half a dozen engagements this winter. And it's like the challenge of the entertainment industry to do a one-man show on stage for 2 hours and get, I'm sorry to say, people stand and have an ovation at the end of the show. It was as a result of going to conventions and becoming familiar with what could be amusing or entertaining or informative. So I began to enjoy, like this is a real neat moment for me to be in front of you and talking to you. I enjoy this considerably. So that's what changed my mind.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
In the movie Free Enterprise, they joke about you wanting to do a one-man rap version of Julius Caesar. I was just wondering if there was any pet project or character in any of theater or literature or anything that you have not done but you would die to do.